Okay, so ang gagawin ko ngayon ay pakita sa inyo kung paano ko nagpe-prepare ng page ko for toning sa may Photoshop. So, sa simula, itong page na to is dinrawing ni Mel Casipit. Pinadala niya sa akin ng JPEG file. Ang image size niya is 8.5 by 10.987. So, para unified siya with yung other pages, ayusin ko yung height and width niya, 8.5 by 11. Proceed. Okay. If you're gonna look, titingnan nyo, meron siyang mga fragments. Hindi siya kita. Ayan. Like here, part na yan. Makikita nyo, may mga blue, may mga iba-ibang kulay. So, usually, change ko into grayscale ang mode niya. Discard everything. Okay. So, it makes it, yung fragments na blue kanina would become gray. Gray here. So, yeah. Tapos at this stage then, I try to fix yung gutter spaces. So, I mas prefer ko yung tighter na gutter spaces. So, I'm moving everything. There. And clean it, make it all white. Sorry. Okay. Kung mapapansin nyo, hindi masyado kita yan. Kita nyo. In this part, hindi siya solid black. Tapos meron tayong mga loose na parang pencil marks pa rin. Ang ginagawa ko dito is look at the entire page. If you want crisp blacks, also to lessen yung mga stray pencil lines, binuboost ko sa levels. See nyo yung when I boost it, makikita nyo na nagiging solid na black na siya. Tapos yung mga dirty parts like this one, you can see this one, I'll clean that manually with the dodge tool. I set yung range niya into highlights. Exposure is around 50 para hindi masyadong see, and I just clean the areas that need cleaning. See? There. I have heard that yung Clip Studio can clean up your scanned Lineart faster. I guess mas matalino na yung mga programs ngayon, uh, which will make your work easier in yung work process would be easier. Pero I still prefer doing this manually like this kasi nakikita ko yung mga problem areas. If there are parts na that have black, like this one, may black na stray line, you could use the eraser tool, just erase it. So, isa pang ginagawa ko before I start toning is inaayos ko yung panel borders. Usually if I ask a artist, usually sinasabi ko nipisan nila yung panel borders or wag na nilang i-ink yung panel borders. So, to do that, I want to make the panel borders thinner. I'll set muna yung mga guidelines ko. So, sa ibang, if you start with Photoshop, sa iba, hindi nakalagay kaagad yung rulers. Pressing Ctrl R, lalabas yung rulers nyo. And from your rulers, you can drag from there guidelines like this one, like what I'm doing right now. So I'm setting guidelines dun sa thick na border, leaving like that. Yes, and like this. In the sa process na to, may mga parts ng artwork na matatamaan. Discretion nyo na yun. If you think na hindi naman substantial yung detail na mawawala. So there. So what will I do next is using the marquee tool, the rectangular marquee tool, I will now select using the guidelines, following the guidelines, I'll now select what would be the panels, and then I will invert the selection. You can invert the selection by going to select, inverse, and then I will now erase everything. You can just do that by pressing delete. Okay, so makikita nyo na nawala na yung thick borders ng original na So, isa pa ginagawa ko is binubura ko siya talaga totally. Okay. Ngayon, ang next na gagawin ko is gagawa ako ng bagong panel borders, which will be done by doing this. Okay, so I'll make a new layer for that panel border, and then go to selection. Okay, then go to edit, stroke. I usually use 10 pixels at 300 dpi. Then the location would be inside. Okay, I'll show you why inside. So I chose yung inside option para makita nyo yung sharp, magkaroon siya ng sharp edges like this one. Let's see if kung hindi siya inside, magiging let's go back to stroke, tapos outside, yun na, nagkakaroon siya ng weird na parang curved area din sa labas here. So medyo pet peeve ko yun. So I usually ganun din pag halimbawa center naman, ayun, meron pa rin siya nung parang curve na sa labas. So para sharp yung edges ng panels ko, ang ginagawa ko ay inside. Okay. So after making the new border lines, I check each panel if may part na kumapal, like this one. You can see the old panel border still peeking through. So I go to the background again and erase that manually. You check all sides. This one, see? Clean it. Clean. This one. Itong ginagawa ko, sinasabi sa akin iba na parang tedious, tapos hindi naman masyado kailangan, pero yung prep time na ginagawa kong ganito for toning makes it for me cleaner, more professional looking, kumbaga. So, ayan. I just remove all the excess black na natira from yung original panel borders niya. This one's big. Okay. Ngayon, may mga times na sobrang laki niya. Tapos may mga parts na tatamaan. So, ang ginagawa ko, minumove ko na lang yung artwork para maipasok yung excess na nasa loob. Like this one. Okay. B. Then, using this, the move tool, you move it there. And then, you erase the excess. And there. Okay. So, if you don't need the guidelines anymore, you could press Ctrl H to hide it, or if you're not gonna use it anymore, you could go to View and then you just clear it, and you don't have those guides anymore. So the next thing is let me make it darker pa. Okay. Okay, so one thing you can do to make yung line art nyo more crisper would be to convert what I do usually is since I already made the borders and I want to keep those borders separate from the line art, I usually duplicate it to another file. So new. Okay. And to make your line art crisper, I changed the mode to bitmap. Flatten layer. Okay. So in bitmap, you will see several options. Choose 50% threshold, and then press OK. You could see na the line becomes jagged instead of yung softer like this. Why do I prefer it this way? Because when you select like using okay, so you made everything this is pure black. I mean, your line art now is pure black without any fragments of gray or anything along the lines. So ano yung magagawa nun kung pure black siya at yung difference ko kanina? So let's change it back to grayscale. Okay. So ito yung binitmap na nating line. So pag nag-select kayo using the magic wand tool, as you can see, selected na siya with selected lahat. Let's go back to yung kanina. If you use the magic wand tool, makikita nyo na merong mga fragments here. So, small gray specks, pixels na hindi nakukuha. Ayan yung pag naglagay kayo ng color or ng gray, yung mga puti-puti na natitira. Pero kung bitmap nyo yung line art nyo, yun kita nyo yung selection kanina. Ang daming puti-puti na matitira. Ayan, no? Pinil natin to ng yan, no? Ito nyo, may mga puti na natira. So maganda i-bitmap nyo para pag medyo tinatamad kayong gumawa ng selection, pwede kayo mag-magic wand tapos clean yung magiging colors nyo without any white specks. So, yan, balik tayo. So, ito na yung separate. Ba't ko siya sineparate? Kasi gusto ko siyang ihiwalay yung line art from yung white. So, to do that, I go to channel, press control, then click on the gray. It will select all the gray stuff, black stuff there. Make a new layer, invert your selection. I said select inverse or press shift control I. Tapos make sure na sa black and white yung foreground background nyo. Fill it, and then fill using foreground color or black. Okay, and deselect. When you deselect it now you can remove this. Okay, and now it's a floating line art without any white. Now I duplicate it again, place it back, and then okay. So now we have a floating line art, and you can start your tone underneath it. Usually pick muna a base, a dark base gray color, and now this page will have black gutters. Since I use black gutters for flashbacks, so another selection, expand it, and I will make another layer for black. Now this page is ready for toning. I hope you get something from your video. If you want anything, if you want to learn anything about comics production using Photoshop, please do comment down below, like the video, share it if you find it useful, and subscribe to my channel, and that's it. Thank you for listening.